Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Tabitha. If you're new to this channel, welcome and please subscribe for more videos. Today we are going to talk about budgeting versus allocation. So the theme of this video is to determine if you can have more cash flow on when you budget your income or whether you can have more cash flow when you allocate your money. So to to begin with, we will just go straight into our slides. So now let's begin with the things that we will cover today. So things like budgeting, allocation, and net worth. So if we have cash flow from these two strategies, what do we do with it? Do we build cash flow or we just spend it again? And it goes back to square one. Budgeting and allocation. Why do we want to budget in the first place? Because we want to have some cash left when we pay our expenses, and so we can maybe achieve some of our goals, maybe start a business, try to buy a house, to buy a car, pay your student loan, maybe build something for the future when you retire. Budgeting cash flow. So do we have any cash flow left when we do budgeting? So when we pay our expenses, try to minimize what we are spending. If we get the difference between the income minus the expenses that we have, do we have cash flow left at the end of the day? Do you have any income? How much do you earn and how much are your expenses? Do you have a cash flow? And is your cash flow negative or positive? So if you have more expenses than what you earn, and then you will always have cash flow that is negative. But if you maintain your expenses as you increase your income, and then you will have a cash flow that is positive. So now let's see the scenario of this monthly income of 2000. So let's say this person is doing minimum wage thing and they have other incomes of 597. So the total income that they have now is 2597. So that's what they have. And so now let's see how we are going to pay our monthly expenses. So rent is 700. Transportation give you 156. Food and dining is 200. Family gift is one. Participating whole life insurance 237. Next page, we have Equimax child plan is 200 and clothes and shopping 100. We have also miscellaneous expenses. We have something which is phone bill 28 and student loan payment which is 121.75. Total expenses 1941. So I want you not to focus on the numbers or how this person is like spending their money, because everyone is different. We all have different expenses, and we we spend money differently. People want to go on vacation, others want to help their families, others want to go for a restaurant. So it just depends on the individual. What I'm really trying to explain here is the concept, the concept of budgeting. And if you write down your expenses and keep them in check, you will not have to like spend randomly and on things that you didn't really need to spend on. So if you have everything written down and the amount of money that you make, if you find out the difference between the expenses minus income, you clearly see where you stand. If you are leaving any cash flow for yourself to achieve things that you want to achieve in life. So now let's see the cash flow for budgeting. So after paying all your expenses that you had written down and all expenses that you know about, you are left with 656. So what do you do with this money? Do you go buy some gift and give it to your family, or do you invest it somewhere? Do you want to buy some stuff? Do you want to put it aside and try to build account that will make you buy a home, and where and when? So it just depends with you what you want to do with your money. So the point is, do you keep your expenses, and how much income do you have? Is your income the same as your expenses? Do you have even $1 left at the end of the day when you pay your expenses? And what do you need to do if you want to have a cash flow after you pay your expenses? Do you want to keep your expenses constant and increase your earning potential, or what do you want to do? So it just depends. For good advice, most of the time is like increase your earnings and then maintain your expenses, because the relationship between incomes and expenses is positive. They are positively related. When income increase, is more definitely that your expenses will increase. Someone will say, oh, I have now increased income, let me go buy Mercedes, and then Mercedes will come with more expenses, and maybe you go buy a home instead of saving more money. So the more income, the more trouble sometimes. But if you know how to track your income, maintain your expenses, try to increase your income to the point that you are now comfortable buying things without paying, and then you can now go ahead and do what you really want. So others will use it to buy more asset that will bring more money, pay your student loan, pay your liabilities. So it just depends on what you really want in life. So as long as you understand the concept of getting cash flow, what what do you require for you to have a cash flow is maintaining expenses, and when you get the difference from the income and expenses, you have a cash flow. What about if you allocate cash? If you allocate your money instead of doing the budgeting. So with this strategy, what you are guaranteed is like saving. You will definitely save, because your saving and your investment has nothing to do with your expenses. So there is a way you will just try to manage this income. So you have the same scenario. Employment is 2,000, other income is 597. The total income is 2,597. I told you before, like, do not focus on the numbers, focus on the concept and how you will use it if it was you. Because maybe your income is 4,000, so you have a different way of approaching. But if you have the same concept, your 4,000 will do more for you. So with money allocation, you divide your money into percentages. So there is a percentage that goes into saving and investment, and there's a percentage that goes into your expenses. So that's the difference. So your savings are guaranteed up front. So you don't have to say, oh, I have to spend everything because I'm not making enough money, because you will never make enough money. If you increase your income, most of the time expenses will also increase. So income 2,597, saving and investment is 2,597 times 45%. You get 1,198. This is the amount that you will allocate to your saving accounts and investment account. So these are the accounts that we use for saving for this individual. Other people will have different scenarios, different situation. So here we have short-term and mid-term RSP and TFSAs. We take 42.5 78%, which is 500 a month that you will be saving to this account. Long-term and passive income TFSA will give you 250. The long-term and passive income, this is the financial freedom account. Why? Because everything that you put in that account, you don't want to use it. You want to look at that money as your employees in the future, now, depending on the amount that you put into that account. So for this scenario, the person is putting 250 every month. Emergency funds will take 21.4, which is 250 a month. Education savings, this is the account that you will use to save some money just in case if you want to develop yourself, you want to buy some courses that will really better you as individual, and then you can go into that account and pay for your costs. So the next thing is family gift savings, 5%, which get 58.43 every month. So this is for family. It's not from your emergency fund, but it's for family. If they need anything, so you can go into that account. Vacation, maybe you want to visit some island, so you have to put your money there, so you don't have to go use some bank's credit card that will also charge you later. So you have vacation percentage, so it goes there. So this is how someone will really plan their finance. And if they keep doing this for time over time, they will actually have that financial freedom that they're looking for. So it's just the matter of planning and doing the activities, and being disciplined is like the way forward that you can achieve that goal that you want in life. So those are the account. If you feel like you like what you're seeing, then you can do the same for yours. For this person, this is what she's been doing. To expenses, we had 55% that was going to toward expenses. So the income 2,597 times 55% will give you 1,428.35. So your expenses, with this one, you have more constraint because you have no more money now. You already put that money away and it's out of reach. So you can operate with this one. So 700, 150 Quimax. So all that is is what we would bring us to 1,428. So it depends on where you want to spend your money now. I told you before, do not focus on the numbers, focus on the concept. So in this case, now like this person has already the saving in place and they need to learn how to live below their means with this side of expenses so they can have better tomorrow. So if they continue building their asset side, and then that asset side will start making more money and they will have to, they can now increase their spending somehow because they know the money is coming somewhere and it's passive and it will pay for some of their bills. So bill will start paying themselves instead of them working so hard in life. So that's what it looked like. So the cash flow that you already saved before is here. So the cash flow is 1,168. It's more than the cash flow when you're doing budgeting. So budgeting, you care so much about your expenses. So, and whatever that is left over, that's what you can now use for saving. But for allocation, the first thing that you deal with is saving and investment first. Because you know your saving and investment will give you more money in the near future and you don't have to struggle. So it's better now you deal with not trying to live within your means with your expenses, and then later on have more. So it's like short-term pain for the long-term gain. So that is how you get the allocation cash flow. So net worth now. So if you have cash flow, where do you put it? So that will, do you want to build your net worth? Net worth. So your net worth comes from your asset and liabilities. Do you have any assets? So some people just don't buy asset, they only have expenses and income. So when income is gone, there's no asset. There's nothing they can rely on. Do you have liabilities? How much are your liabilities? And are you planning to get rid of your liabilities if they're not making you money? Some liabilities are good just because maybe you have invested them into something that will turn into more money. But the liabilities that just take money out of your pocket, those like credit card, you don't need them. So net worth, here we have assets. We have assets. So for this scenario, this person has RSP of 13,733.47. So this RSP have a reason why they have that RSP. They have TFSAs, and then they have FARS whole life insurance, which is 104,000, and then marginal account, which is 1,700. So the total asset will come down to 121 and 174,000.47 cents. So this is the total assets. And then when you come to the liability section, they have 58,000 student loan, which is very high. When you get the difference between the total asset that they have as per today, you take 121,174.47 minus 58,000, which will give you 63,174.74. At least this individual has a positive net worth. And if they continue pumping and investing and try to build their nests, and then with time they will have a very good and huge network. So what are you planning, and when are you starting building your network? Are you just going to continue doing income and expenses and trying to accumulate liabilities with no assets? So this is this is the end of the video, and thank you for watching, and please subscribe for more videos, and hit the notification bell if you want to have more of these videos. Thank you.